Okay, so today I'm going to make a complete dedicated guide video on just Keqing. Keqing, no Ayaka. I don't have Ayaka. I don't have Primo Gems either. Only Keqing. So, Keqing is definitely quite a controversial character, since she's Electro and her elements reactions aren't as like pack a punch as like Hu Tao or Cryo, Ganyu, Melt, Vaporize, and things like that. But Keqing still has her pros, since most of the characters in Genshin Impact don't actually have resistance to Electro. Unless you're like talking about Inazuma. Inazuma, it has a lot of characters that, I mean, monsters that have resistance to Electro, because it is the region of lightning, I guess. But with the new Mistsplitter sword, which okay, it depends on where you are. Are you fine with getting Scarred Spine or a weapon that you don't need or don't want? It is all about your Primo Gems. Because the weapon banner is a really risky gamble, and I wouldn't recommend it if you can't take the backlash of that gamble. Because it hurts a lot losing the 33% and getting the weapon you don't want, because Primo Gems are hard to earn. So it from my perspective, this is an extremely versatile weapon. This is like probably one of the best weapons in the game, next to things like Wolf's Gravestone, Amos Bow. Those two weapons are also super versatile, but this is up there. Primordial Jade Cutter is pretty good too, but its ability scales with HP, and we don't have a HP scaling sword user yet. But this is a good weapon. It is, you can, aesthetics wise, it doesn't work for every character, of course. Like Chi-Chi, it kinda, Sacrificial Sword looks better. This kinda points out, but with Keqing, it looks pretty nice. And yeah, it's a nice sword. And if you don't know how to use it yet, and if you have it, I'll just show you. So, for this sword, let me go find enemies, wait. Okay. So, for this sword's ability, okay, when you read it, it's kind of confusing if you don't understand. But what it's basically saying is, if you have your auto attack, your normal attacks, infused with an element, and you hit with it, it gains the first stack of buff. And after you use your elemental burst, you gain the second stack of buff. And if you have a not full energy, you have the third stack of buff. What it means is you infuse your sword with element. Now you have the first stack. As you can see, I'm running 2-piece Thundering Fury and 2-piece Gladiator, since it's quite versatile. I don't have good Thunder Super artifacts, so my numbers won't be too high. But this is the first stack. Then I'll show you. And usually after you use your alt, the moment you use your alt, you gain the 2 last stacks. And now you should be at full stacks. This is full stacks. That is when you use your alt and you have less than 100% energy. And look, this is a lot of electro damage bonus. 101.6%. Have you ever seen anything over? No. That's just no. Because if you add this 12 elemental damage bonus and the max stack, that's another 40% elemental damage, which is basically another goblet. And another goblet is quite hard to get. My goblet's bad. Please, please. It's hard getting electro goblets, okay? You understand the plane. So, this weapon is definitely pretty nice on Keqing. My solo Keqing right now runs pretty good with this weapon. Also, I'll show you my constellation. Constellation is C0. I have no money. I am poor. And my talents are 878. Not the best talents, but if you can get these talents up, they will be a lot better. Also, another weapon I recommend if you're going to run with Keqing is something like the Black Sword. Black Sword is very nice, but a lot of other YouTubers have covered on this already. The Alley Flash, I can't give an opinion on this. The ability is quite bad, but the base attack of this sword is definitely good. So if you're like low on attack or something like that, then you can use this sword. But this sword, it seems better paired with somebody who wants EM. Like, maybe a DPS Kazuha, I guess. But yeah, I'm not gonna... I might make a guide on this sword, but not now. I'm talking about Keqing and only Keqing. The only Electro 5-star for now. Your place will be taken soon, Keqing. Okay. This sword is really good on Keqing, as you can tell. 101.6 electro damage bonus is no joke. So, if you... And here I will start talking about comps. I don't have every single character in the game, mind you. So, I will not be able to use people like Zhongli, Albedo, and of course they're super good supports, but I don't have them. Since you would lean more to people like you would have, like Bennett, or like Xingqiu. And these characters, they're 4 stars, so they're much easier to get than other characters. Xingqiu, please, move to... What are you... Okay, never mind. I'll just put another character. Who else should I put? Maybe Sucrose. Okay, a full free-to-play team. I have... The only elemental resonance I have is the elemental resist. Right now, I'll run Harbinger of Dawn, or if you have... I recommend R3 Sacrificial Sword, but even if you have R1 or R2, you can still go with it. But R3, it fits right into his cooldown. And I don't have good artifacts. I'm really poor. Okay, so I'm running these artifacts. I have C6 Xingqiu though. If you only have C0 Xingqiu, he's fine. You don't need C6. His talents are 2, 10, 10 because of his constellations. And here's my Bennett. C3. And artifacts. Noblesse. And Festering Desire. Festering Desire or another ER weapon works. If you're gonna want a lot of like attack from his Bennett buff, I guess you can just put a lot of attack. But I recommend putting like 1 ER timepiece. I put attack. I want attack, okay. Just put ER timepiece. Don't listen to me. Wait, why am I making this video? Okay, never mind. And my Sucrose, she has Sacrificial Fragments, R3, and Instructor set. So, wait, let me show you her talents. And 8, 10. So, this is more likely a free-to-play team. And instead of the... I'll show you with Mistsplitter first, and then after Mistsplitter only, then I'll put something more regular, like Black Sword. Black Sword, it costs $10, so I wouldn't... If you don't have $10 to spend, I wouldn't do it. But I can also show something like Lion's Roar, a more free-to-play friendly weapon after that. So first, let's go with the Mistsplitter. For the... I'll showcase on Spiral Abyss. So I have an energy recharge 20% buff, which won't matter too much on my numbers, but this is what I would do. So I would ult with... I missed. I'm so good at this game. I would alt and E with Xingqiu, and then pop out Sucrose's ult to have the elemental... Hey, Sucrose, are you working? Okay, yeah, sure. And then I would ult. 2k... Oh my god. I don't crit. You must be kidding me right now. But you cannot expect the good things, okay? This game is a lot based on RNG. I realized my only healer is Xingqiu and Bennett, and I not build healing them. Ooh, 2Ks, 2Ks. So yeah, my Keqing is not perfect, and she just died. Okay, yeah. So she's not perfect, but if you can build your Keqing better and like put her with maybe Black Sword or some other sword, she'll definitely do a lot better than my Keqing. And I don't have a perfect build on my Keqing. It's all on you. And I don't recommend spending like $500 on the weapon banner. It's not worth it. Go use the money for something else. So yeah, that's Keqing with Black Sword. I got like a 16k crit. That's not bad. Okay, now, I mean Mistsplitter. I can't speak, man. Okay, now I'll show you with the black sword. This time I hope I can do better. My Keqing right now has a lot of crit rate. Her she is nowhere near the golden ratio after using the black sword, since I have no good crit damage helmet. I haven't maxed out her potential, so she has a lot more potential. Bro, Xingqiu, no, that is human error. I'm. Oh my god. She did better there since I could actually put out the combo. So what, 20, and look, she crits a lot. Keqing, the nice thing about Keqing is after her ult, she gets some 15 crit rate. So that's pretty nice. So what, 26k-ish with the black sword? That's not bad. This is a fully free-to-play team, by the way. If you just have Keqing, wait, no, I'm wrong. I have black sword. Okay, this is a super budget team. You just pick black sword, get it to 90, and you have these characters. You don't even need constellations on them. I have C6 Sucrose. Oh my god. Okay. You don't need constellations on them. It's fine. Even if this is not a good team. Now, you need your Beneficial a bit if you're really going to use this team. But you don't even need a single constellation on them. They will work fine with no constellations. Okay, now this is the truly most free-to-play weapon you can think of. Just minus a few refines and you'll be fine. Since I have R5 this weapon. $26k? That's pretty good. But now I will show you the true free-to-play weapon. Lion's Roar. This time I'm gonna try something different. Pick up. Ooh, 3k slashes, 23k, free to play weapon, completely. Okay, if you don't have a single Lion's Roar, as you see, that was a completely free to play weapon, and I did a nice 23k. You don't see Keqing's doing 23k. I like this character. This character is super fun to play. Like, a lot of mobility. It's just stamina's a big problem. And you see, Keqing has potential. If you have Keqing, don't regret it. It's fine. Keqing is a 5-star. She can push numbers, and I don't know. She can carry you throughout the game, especially with the new effects buff. This weapon did more or almost as much damage as a weapon that you need to spend $10 on. Okay? Now I'll show you a better representation of the Mistsplitter. That first one was bad. But you see, there is potential for these weapons. You don't need a 5-star weapon for your character to do a lot of damage. I'm just showing a higher potential for the characters. You don't need this 5-star weapon. You don't need to spend your Primo Gems on the 5-star weapon. You just need to know what comp to make and things like that. 3k slashes, not bad. 24k. You see, a 5-star weapon did 1,000 more than that 4-star weapon, okay? So you don't need these 5-star weapons. And I love how Keqing can just pop ult after ult. That 40 ER is pretty nice. And if you know how to like dodge and stuff, you'll be fine using Keqing since her mobility is so high. Like you can do this. Dodge. Dodge. But her stamina is something you need to control. I'd recommend like 5 autos, charge attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Charge twice. I died. Okay, yeah. I don't know how to use Keqing. I can use Keqing, but yes. So this is what I'm telling you. You don't need to spend money on this game. You can enjoy your life. Slow down a bit. You don't need to speedrun everything and have burnout. Like me. I'm constantly rushing things. I don't want to rush things, but I have time to do it. And I don't want to feel that burnout, you know? After unlocking everything. So you can just slow down and do your... You can do what you want. I don't care. No, I care. I care. You guys need to, you know, it's fine. Yeah. So you can make this free-to-play team. Your first 5-star, Keqing. Don't regret it. Your only 5-star, Keqing. Okay, maybe... Okay, no, I'm just kidding. It's fine. You can use these free-to-play characters. You don't even need Festering Desire on Bennett. You can put a level 1 flute and he'd do perfectly fine. Just, I'd not recommend level 1 flute. Maybe Skyrider Sword for his ult to get up faster. But yeah, you don't need to spend money on this game. It's okay. You can just play the game how you want. This weapon, even though it is definitely good and it pushed numbers far further than this Lion's Roar, this Lion Roar is R5 is almost on par or even better than this Mistsplitter sword. You just need to know how to use this sword and know how to like push out comps. Like what I did to get the higher crits was I used, so you if you watch back, I used Keqing's E, hit them once to inflict Electro, then use Sucrose's ult to increase my elemental damage bonus, and then I think I used Xingqiu, then I used Bennett. But you can just use only the Keqing, Sucrose, then Bennett. You don't need Xingqiu. Xingqiu is just to have that extra 5k and 2k vaporize. I mean, electroshock procs. But if you have somebody like Mona, you can have a bigger burst damage because she inflicts her Omen on the characters. But you don't need Mona. Mona is something that you can think about when you get her. But these 3 characters with Keqing is a pretty nice comp. Okay, maybe you want to switch Xingqiu or Bennett or Sucrose with like a healer. Like more of a free-to-play healer. Like Barbara and Chi-Chi, if you have Chi-Chi. Even though some people really rag on Chi-Chi, even though I think she's okay. She heals nice. So you might want to do that. But Keqing can push numbers. Keqing is not a bad character. Her element is the only thing pushing her back. But maybe someday they will... No, they already buffed this element. I can't talk anymore. So yeah, just play the game. You can do it slow or do it fast. I recommend slow so you don't have that burnout. And, you know, yeah. Just play the game nicely. That's all I want to talk about in this video. So yeah, like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, I guess. And if you've made it this far, thanks. See you guys. Take care.